Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts, and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin market as usual on Mondays. So here's an interesting event has happened last week. Although we have talked about the pullback, so the market is overbought in the short term, there should be some reaction, but it has happened in the moment where we thought that it will be a bit smaller. But in reality, market has shown significant retracement on the daily chart, and currently we need to understand what's going on and what to expect in next week and within the nearest time. So on the weekly chart, you could see that one of the reasons why this has happened, and we talked about this as well, is overbought on the weekly chart. But our major suggestion is that market should not turn to some deep retracement, because it stands very close to the major target. First of all, the XOP, and second, it stands very close to the previous top. When the market stands right around the previous top and has no additional barriers, no fib levels above the current price, no overbought, with the XOP slightly above this area, it aimed on this top as the bull on the red color. So it just sees nothing, no barriers, it's just tending to finally hit this target. This means that on the lower time frames, if some pullback still will happen, it should not be too significant. So we could accept some, it could happen some minor pullback inside of the recent week's range, but hardly it will be deep drop somewhere back to the 13 even and lower. So it will be some minor retracement. The major retracement should come when this will be over and market finally will hit 21 target, XOP. Here's we could suggest moderate pullback. So will be maybe some wash and rinse here, previous top, and then moderate pullback before further upward action. But currently it's really a small degree stands for this scenario. It makes us think that we should get something tight on the daily chart that should at the same time become the background of the possible last short-term upward action. In the longer term, of course, we suggest that Bitcoin will continue upward action, and we do not see any problems with the targets as the $100,000 Bitcoin or even greater. But in the short term, we think that's major target. Before this target should not be any significant retracement. Moderate retracement should happen only after market will hit the XOP. That's our position. It means that on the daily chart, guys, we could consider a few patterns that could be formed, and we think that the most probable here is the butterfly, by a few reasons. First of all, what patterns in general we could get? It could be downside A, B, C, D, right? With a breakout or coming close to the 30% support. It could be direct upward continuation here, or it will be something that looks like the butterfly. In general, guys, this was not bad actually, brand by the buy. This has been formed, but it's mostly is over because market has hit the 618 level of this recent drop. Why we think that this butterfly? For downward A, B, C, D pattern here, market has to break through the daily oversold, and in the current circumstances hardly it's possible because overall background and sentiment on market stands positive. It's difficult to say what reaction will be what was here on Bitcoin because we haven't got any significant events on the markets except maybe to put on review the vaccine from the AstraZeneca company. Well, that's only was relatively not quite negative but not as positive news in last week. Maybe something else has happened, but currently, well, I don't see some big reason for it, too strong retracement down. Since overbought stands right here, it keeps door open for the butterfly, so we could suggest that minor pullback here could happen, but it will not be in excess of the previous lows. And this is the halfway to the possible final spike. Finally, as you can see, 1618 butterfly target stands at 2140 approximately. That's very good support suits for weekly purpose. to complete 21 or 68 target. So market could form the butterfly and finalize the XOP with the butterfly target, and then its retracement could start. Maybe it will be hand and shoulders for a deeper retracement, maybe something else, but I think that it's very, well, friendly looks for scenario on vehicle chart that we have. On the 4-hour time frame chart, we also do not see yet something outstanding. So yes, we have this ABC bounce. Market comes to agreement resistance 1846 with the 618 level here. The brand body is almost done, but then we expect some pullback because momentum here was not bad actually to the downside and deserves some continuation. Some 618 pullback here back to the 17 even area is very probable, maybe slightly lower. That will be the starting point of the right wing of the daily butterfly. As I said, theoretically we could consider A, B, C top deep action to the downside below the 16 even, but my suggestion is the chances for that a bit smaller than for the butterfly. How you could trade in the current circumstances? Well, if you would like to make the scalp bearish trade, you could consider this agreement resistance, because at the first touch there probably should be some bounce. That at the same time could let you to relax. For example, if you're taking position, market stands downward direction, you could move start to break even and do not care about whether this will be A, B, C, D down or it will be just butterfly. So all that you would need to do is just watch how for the price action and tight your stop accordingly on the lower time frame, maybe on the 15-minute chart, searching the intermediate, some support resistance levels where you could move stops to. It means that if market suddenly stops somewhere around 17 area and starts to rising again, that will tell you that probably this butterfly is starting to form. Conversely, downside action close to the A point tell you that probably the ABC depression is forming. But when you already have the position, it's actually not the problem. Simultaneously, this level is very important for butterfly itself. So theoretically, market, this is for intraday chart, this is strong resistance, and market should show the respect. If somehow it's just running through it, does it not exist? This has the less probability, but it could happen. The market could show the direct upward continuation. But why I do not like this idea is that, take a look, overbought area still stands here. Overbought on the daily stands at 1930, and that will be the problem for Bitcoin to just break it up and continue upward action. That plays again in the favor of some more fluctuation inside of this recent swing. So maybe it will take the shape of the triangle first, forming the butterfly, and then it should be some upward breakout. That's our view on the Bitcoin market right now. And finally, guys, we have released the new update on the fundamental background of the Bitcoin market for November. It has some forecasts on Bitcoin price from the Citibank, from the JP Morgan, Bloomberg. So I think that's what could be interesting to you to read. Also, some important events as usual we have put in this report, and that could be new era in cryptocurrency markets, and we make the conclusion how to get the creams all over the pie and what to consider in the current circumstances, because currently it's definitely excess of the demand from the institutional investors for the Bitcoin, and our suggestion is so that currently is the perfect time to consider not only Bitcoin but the best altcoins, because when the source of the Bitcoin will be over, this will be not a lot of coins on the market totally. When this will be mined, the institutional investors that have unlimited fiat currency amount, they will start hunting for best altcoins, and they will start to rise in price very fast. Currently, when the demand for altcoins stands relatively low compared to Bitcoin market, this is something to think about on the longer term perspective. So all the stuff we discussed in the fundamental report. And let's see what the price action we will get on the coming week in Bitcoin market in particular, because December will be the crazy month. So lots of important events will be, and this will be a lot of volatility probably on the market.